What's going on, guys, and welcome to another top 10. Today we're going to be counting down my personal top 10 games at E3 2017. Now, I didn't watch through all the press conferences because that would take quite a long time. What I did instead was I did watch a couple of press conferences a little bit, skip through them a bit, but I also looked on a website to see what games were at E3 just all together. So this won't just be games that were in the E3 press conferences, that is the main gist of it. However, there will be some in there that, maybe a trailer was announced just before E3 or at E3, but not necessarily in a press conference. And also there may be games in here that just had some gameplay at E3. So sadly, games like Red Dead Redemption 2, even though the website said that Red Dead was at E3, I can't find any gameplay and I can't find any trailers from E3. So Red Dead Redemption 2 won't be on the list. Anyway, let's get started. Number 10. Detroit Become Human. So this game was at E3 last year, and I believe I put it at number 10 on my list on that top 10 list of last year's E3 as well. And basically it looks like a game, it's about AI gone rogue, and I'm guessing that there are multiple characters you can play, or multiple main characters, because with the trailer we saw last year there was one character. The main guy we see in this trailer this year is a different character, so maybe you get to play as different people during this game, which would be pretty cool. I like games when they do that. Altogether, it looks like a pretty fun game. I don't know if I'll pick it up because, it is down the bottom of my list here. However, Detroit Become Human looks pretty cool.
My name is Marcus. I am one of them. This is our story.
Number 9. Call of Duty World War II. Yes, putting Call of Duty games on my list is a little bit risky for me because last time I did that with Black Ops 3 in 2015, the game ended up not being so great. I ended up buying it and it wasn't great. However, I kind of like that Call of Duty are deciding to go back to more old style games. Lately they've been doing far too futuristic stuff. It's been out of control. It's just been a bit crap, to be honest. So it's going to be nice to see them go back to World War II. I really hope that Call of Duty World War II is a fun game. I might pick it up if some of my friends do. It could be fun. However, if they start adding more futuristic stuff into it again, it's not going to be great. Number 8. Life is Strange Before the Storm. So I played Life is Strange, I believe it was last year. I played Life is Strange last year, and it did get into about 7th place on my games that I played last year. It was a pretty good game. However, let's just say that the ending wasn't very good. If you've played it, you'll know what I mean. And there were a couple of kind of episodes in there that felt like they didn't really make sense, especially one which just didn't really need to be there. It was a bit of a flashbacky sort of thing, but it was a bit annoying. But this is, I believe, only a 3-episode game, so it should be interesting. It doesn't, I believe, feature Max. The main character is Chloe. However, I think it'll be a pretty decent game. If it's cheap, I will definitely pick it up. Number 7. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Yeah, so PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has been out on PC for quite a while. I don't think it's actually officially released, the full game. It's kind of just a kind of pre-release sort of early access game on PC. However, it is going to be coming to Xbox One. I believe it's towards the end of this year. I can't exactly remember the release date off the back of my head, but yeah, it's sometime at the end of this year. I believe it will be coming to Xbox One. Now, I probably won't get it on Xbox One. I want to get it on PS4 when it comes out, whenever that may be, hopefully early next year. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds because my PC cannot handle it, so I'll have to get it on a console. Number 6. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Alright, so Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to be, I hope, a really good game. Star Wars Battlefront, the first new one, apparently wasn't very good. I never ended up checking it out. I didn't get it as soon as it came out. Some of my friends did. They said it wasn't amazing, and when I looked at reviews they also weren't great. However, from what I've seen of Star Wars Battlefront 2, it does look better. With all the, you can now play as stormtroopers, it looks like you can play as drones. It just looks like a really cool thing. Battlefield is a great game, and Battlefront obviously takes much inspiration from that, with it being made by the same people. So I'm really looking forward to Battlefront 2. If my friends pick it up, I will definitely try and pick it up straight away because it looks very fun. Number 5. Need for Speed Payback. So this is the first of the next 5 games on this list, which are all racing games. So if you don't like racing games, then well, maybe the rest of this list isn't for you. But because I really like racing games, the next 5 games are all racing games, starting with Need for Speed Payback. The reason why it's at the bottom of my racing game list is because I don't want to hype myself too much for the next Need for Speed. There was a lot of hype, and I mean a lot of hype around Need for Speed 2015, and it ended up being mediocre at best, in my opinion. So I really don't want to hype myself too much for Payback. It does look better than Need for Speed 2015. They seem to be going very much story based with this one. I hope it works out, I really do, because I want Need for Speed to be great again.
Okay, boys, let's even the odds.
Number 4. Project Cars 2. So Project Cars 2 I actually only got onto my list at the last second because I didn't even realize there was anything at E3 about it. I'm pretty sure there was some gameplay that you could play in the E3 play booths or whatever they were called, where you could play some games coming out soon. I believe it was there, however I didn't think there was any trailers because I don't believe there was actually a trailer in any conference. However, I looked online and it did say that there was a Project Cars 2 trailer. There was one which said E3 2016, so even though I can't find which conference it was in, or if it was in a conference at all, it was apparently at E3 because it says so in the trailer. But yeah, Project Cars 2 is gonna be, I hope, a really good game and hopefully a big improvement on Project Cars 1, which altogether I think was a decent game. Number 3. Gran Turismo Sport. So much like Project Cars 2, from what I can tell, Gran Turismo Sport didn't really have its spot in an E3 press conference either. I watched a decent amount of the Sony E3 conference, and they definitely didn't have any bit on it from what I could tell from skipping through it anyway, where they really talked about Gran Turismo Sport. However, there was, once again, like Project Cars 2, an E3 2017 trailer for GT Sport, and it looks really, really good. I can't wait for GT Sport. It's another game that I don't really want to get too hyped for, because I mean Gran Turismo 6 was okay, but it had a lot to improve on. I really hope that Gran Turismo Sport is going to be good. It has a lot of competition this year with Project Cars 2 and the next game on the list. Number 2. Forza Motorsport 7. So this is, I would say, the main rival for Gran Turismo Sport. There's a big kind of simulation based, or at least semi-sim based racing game kind of competition going on this year with Forza Motorsport 7, Gran Turismo Sport and Project Cars 2. Personally, I'm most excited for Forza Motorsport 7 because I think it's the best made one. It's the most arcadey, I'd say, of the 3. However, I really do like the customization and everything in Forza Motorsport 7. It's going to be interesting to see which one turns out better, Forza 7 or Gran Turismo Sport. I'm really excited for the battle. I will of course be playing both of the games, and when they come out I will be doing a good old comparison of the two. Number 1. The Crew 2. Yes, that is right. If you hadn't already guessed it, I've done a little bit of talking about the Crew 2. It is number 1 on my list. So there are a couple of things about the Crew 2 that do annoy me. The main one really being that it is still set in America. Now the map does seem to be more dense and just more interesting now, which is really, really good. However, it would have been nice to see the game set in Europe. If there is going to be a third game, I really do want it to be set in Europe. If it's in America again with a third game, wouldn't be too happy with that. But as the Crew 2 goes, they're adding, there's obviously cars, they're adding planes and boats, which is going to be crazy. Obviously there's dirt racing as well, circuit racing, street racing. The Crew 2 I think is going to be a great game. Alright, so there we have it. That is my top 10 games at E3 2017. This E3 has been an interesting one. There's been quite a few games, especially racing games, out that I've been interested in, and I will be checking all of the big racing games out. Some of the E3 conferences were a little boring, and I mean EA for some reason getting a prankster slash vlogger to kind of announce Need for Speed Payback was interesting, but yeah, it was an alright E3 altogether, I suppose. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please go ahead, like and subscribe. Comment down below what your favourite games of E3 were, and I will see you guys in the next video.